Hello everybody, and welcome back. The only thing that separates us from the finale is this book right here, this diary. The diary of Nier Quadlov's wife, I guess. I'm just gonna call him Nier. You know, Quadlov is kinda just a silly little joke, but speaking seriously here, this is the diary of Nier's deceased wife. And this comes in when you buy the DLC World of the Recycled Vessel, and that's the title of this book, I guess. I don't know, or I guess the entries or something. It's kind of strange, but anyways, as soon as you walk in, you will notice something strange about Nier. He is not the father Nier you are used to. This is brother Nier. This is pretty boy anime Nier to appeal to the masses of Japan. This was actually there was a separate copy of Nier. In Japan there are two different versions of Nier, basically. They have Nier Gestalt, which is where you play as the father, and Nier Replicant, where you play as the brother. And I guess what it was that the game sold less when they had the Gestalt version where you played as Nier the father, because I guess people thought he was ugly or they didn't relate with the protagonist or something. I personally much prefer Gestalt Nier, where he's the father, because I think the relationship with his daughter is a lot more, I don't know, I get a lot more out of it. I think it's kind of sweet that it's like this guy who's a big barbarian, but you know, he cares for his daughter and he just wants to see her safe, and I like that. The brother Nier, I guess, ties in better with the D-ending of the game, which will come later on, and I'm not going to talk about that at any point in this LP, but if you read Grimoire Nier, it's somewhere online, I think, there's some interesting stuff about why it makes more sense for this character rather than the father Nier. Anyways, that's enough of me blabbering. Let's get to the actual content. But as you saw, we're going to be playing as Pretty Boy Nier for this. This is the world of the recycled vessel, created to avoid the destruction of all. Really, most of this is very strange and nonsensical. I never quite made full sense of it myself, so don't worry too much about any plot here. It's very kind of surreal and strange. Anyways, the idea of this is to be kind of like this ultimate dungeon crawl, and it's also a great opportunity for them to make some crazy remixes of different songs throughout the game. You'll notice kind of like vocals remixed or like distorted for the sake of this little DLC dungeon, and I just skipped all the way to the bottom. But I guess I could technically go all the way down. But yeah, this is very reminiscent of the Lost Shrine with these elevators, and then the stairways are maybe a little bit less reminiscent, but it's kind of just a spiral constantly going down. And the whole idea of the majority of this DLC is just to be kind of big crazy arena matches against very tough shades. If you try to access this dungeon right at the beginning of the game, you're gonna get your ass handed to you, or even from, you know, the midpoint of the game. It's very tough. It's not suggested until you're very late on in your first playthrough. The enemies hit hard, so you don't want to get hit at all. You want to avoid that as much as possible. But, yeah. It's pretty fun. It's just a fun little romp. It's not really deep or anything. It doesn't add too much to the game aside from those 3 weapons I mentioned, but it's cool. Anyways, I've been talking too much. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the music for a little bit. Speaking of which, I'll turn that up a little bit. There you go. And you'll notice this is actually a remix of Emil's theme, I believe. So, it's pretty cool. I'm trying to think. There was I believe it was a fan-released album called Echo, and it was just a collaboration of different musical artists doing kind of their own takes on different songs from Nier. I am pretty sure it wasn't used in this. It's not related to these remixes in this DLC, but I recommend you check those out if you like the music of Nier, because they have some really great remixes on there as well. In particular, I think they have a really good remix of Repose, which is one of my favorite songs in the game. But yeah. And I think they have a pretty good one of Song of the Ancients as well, which is Popola and Devola's theme. So yeah, just check out all that stuff. It's definitely worth a listen, I think. But yeah, can't go that way. Let's just head down to the bottom. So yeah, you can understand why I'm such a huge fan of the Phoenix Sphere. Yeah, Spear. It does a very nice amount of damage. It kills smaller shades instantly, and just in general, it's a very good weapon. It's quick, it's mobile, and I love it. I love the design of it too. Just everything about this weapon kind of gels well with me. I like it a lot. It's a very nice weapon. But yeah. Anyways, gotta take out these bats, and finally we end off with a big guy who dies in 2 shots. Oh, Phoenix Sphere. I keep saying sphere. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth today. I can't speak. I think that's a song Bluebird or something. I don't remember if it's called Bluebird. The Black Scrawl, A Lost Destiny, A White Book. And I missed the rest of it. Sorry about that. But yeah, something else you'll notice is that in each different room of the World of Lost Vessel, there's kind of this weird graphics filter. It's very interesting, and I kind of like what they did with it. It's very dreamlike and strange, and it kind of breaks the monotony of the game, the combat. It's cool to see all this crazy stuff going on with the audio and with the visual, all that stuff. It just comes together really well. But yeah. So we're gonna be going through this thing for quite a while. I think it lasts a decent amount. It might take me an episode or 2 to get through all of this, and it's kind of a gauntlet, really. It's gonna be a challenge, but we have enough healing items, and our weapons are damaging enough. We're definitely at a high enough level that I don't think we'll have too much trouble here. So yeah, just gotta be wary of all of those projectiles. Take these guys out as quickly as we can, and it's just how we gotta work things. Soldier of Salt, calling forth white death, he is Legion. I think that might tie in with some of the lore of the game that isn't actually mentioned very often in-game. There's a lot of stuff about these creatures, especially in the research facility where Emil and Halua were experimented on. They talk about, they talk about, you know, what happened to lead up to the apocalypse, and it all kind of ties into Drakengard, and there are these white creatures called Legion, and then the leader of all the Legions is Red Eye, who's like, he's similar to the Legions, but he has these red piercing eyes, and he's all creepy looking. And I don't know, like, there's enough content in the untold backstory of this game that I honestly think they could make a whole separate game just telling that story, which is really cool. I love when games kind of do that. They make this fleshed out world and add enough mystery to it that you want to see all that other stuff that goes on. Kind of similar to like Julius Belmont's story in Castlevania. He apparently permanently killed Dracula in the Battle of 99, and they still haven't made a game about that. They kind of dropped that plot line, and I wish they'd pick it back up, because I love Julius Belmont, and I would love to play a game starring him, because he's freaking awesome. Anyways, getting kind of off topic, but yeah, just when games kind of tell that stuff like that that would make the perfect material for another game in the series. Like, I think that's really cool. I really like that. But yeah. This theme, or the previous theme, was the Song of the Ancients, a remix of Song of the Ancients, and this one is a remix of the Shadow Lord's theme, which is also the intro theme to the game, which is another one of my favorite songs in the game. We just obtained the one-handed sword, Fool's Embrace. We got some medicinal herbs, even though I think we already have 10, so we can't get any more. The dragon's corpse brought death to the world, delivering unto it the power of the devil. Right there it was referencing Drakengard. So I guess this does add some backstory. I said before that it's really just kind of a crazy dungeon romp, but it does offer some very vague hints into, I guess, the backstory of what led up to the world of Nier. But yeah, Drakengard and Nier are kind of spiritually connected, and slightly directly, but like just in a very vague kind of way. It's just like small details. I think the ending mentioned is actually like one of the, I don't know if it's the worst ending, but it's like the last ending you get in that game or something. I never played Drakengard myself, so I'm sorry if I'm giving inaccurate information. I don't mean to, it's just I'm not familiar on Drakengard. It's an interesting game, though. I didn't much like the look of its gameplay, but it sounded like it was pretty unique. Maybe a game to try out someday. The black sickness stains the future. They journey to return to soulless vessels. But yeah, now we're in the, or before we were in, well, we've gone through quite a few locations. We've been in front of Emil's Manor. We've been at the top of the Lost Shrine where we freed Grimoire Weiss. Right now we're in the Baron Temple, and I'm sure we'll be seeing quite a few other landmarks. I know there's this really cool area in Seafront where it's all made up of docks. I thought that was a pretty cool looking area. You'll see it when we get to it. We're not there yet, but yeah. Some cool stuff in this DLC. It's maybe not worth the price. I forget how much it was. It was either $5 or $10, but considering it's only really one dungeon, I wouldn't say it's completely worth it, but it's interesting nonetheless. This section, these platforming sections in this room always kind of weirded me out, because I felt like, I don't know, something weird is always going on with the camera here. Anyways. But yeah, going back to that thing about the legions. Give me a sec, there we go. Oh no, he's still alive. Ah, dead, nothing. But yeah, going back to about the legions. Oh no, I fell in the sand, crap. Get what I was gonna mention. Oh, there's this strange disease that apparently went around. It wasn't the Black Scrawl. The Black Scrawl is something different. At least I'm pretty sure it is. But there was something like, I think it was called White Chlorination Syndrome, where people who are exposed to, I think, the ashes of either the Grotesqueries Queen, who's like a major antagonist in Drakengard, or to the dragon, we got a DLC outfit, Kabuki, there you go. But, people who were exposed to those two, I think the Grotesqueries Queen, caused people to dissolve into salt or become Legion. And we earned 1,000 experience points, cool. That's nice. But, I think the dragon's corpse, when it disintegrated, I think it turned into, or it turned people into, I don't know what, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try and explain this. If somebody who's very familiar with the lore of this game, who's read Grimoire Nier, wants to correct me on all this stuff, please do. Yeah. The apocalypse divided the world in two, one that knows not day, and I couldn't read all that. But yeah, they're just talking about the stuff that I'm trying to explain right here. The following actions are prohibited in this room. Okay, so we can't dodge. That's not fun, considering... Ah! Such a useful tactic against this guy, but I guess we can always... Ow! Oh no! Oh, it must have been jumping or something. I don't know. Anyways, he's dead. No worries. Let me just heal up. Not being given those medicinal herbs for nothing, after all. But then again, I think we're actually a little over-leveled for this area. Black and white. 13 pacts. The vessel's forms waver as they cross time and space. Here we are in the junk heap. Oh boy. There you go, buddy. I do like that these wooden boxes can completely protect you from the hail of bullet hell bullets. It's great. But yeah, so you get weapons and you get DLC outfits from this place. The DLC outfits have one other effect aside from changing the look of your characters. And I'll get to that whenever I show it off. And you may be entertained by it. It's pretty silly, and it references a detail in one of the extra endings of the game. I don't remember if it's in ending B or ending C and D, but we'll see very soon. It's kind of a little upper after a very depressing game. As beautiful as this game is, its storyline is oftentimes pretty sad. These guys are doing some nasty damage to me. And these guys are shooting all black bullets. That's scary. Well, I'm pretty sure you can cut through those with melee attacks. It's just still a little bit intimidating. There we go. Who else is there? Somebody teleporting? No, I guess not. Alright. The song of man has been drowned out. In its place, the scream of something inhuman. Oh, hello there. Dead. I like this arena right here. It's a very cool background. I would honestly like this as a desktop wallpaper. That would be really cool. Unfortunately, I think this is kind of a specific area. I don't think you could find wallpaper this very easily. But I really love what they did with the background here. It looks very cool. And just the arena itself is a lot of fun to fight in. They could have done some cool challenge maps with this. And I guess this is, in essence, a challenge map, but more so than that, it's more of a, it's more of a just singular dungeon. Look at all that lag, all that slowdown. Maybe not lag. It's probably intentional, but it was a crazy amount of guys we were hitting at once. There you go. Gotta love that dive attack. Obtain the two-handed sword, Fool's Lament. And we got some medicinal herbs. The sky falls with the dragon. The world ends this day. Once we get out of here, I'll show off all of the Fool's items. Ah, here we are. Where beginning of the game again, in the city. Which actually connects pretty closely to all the stuff we've been told thus far, all the little obscure backstory bits. This is more or less where all of that took place, I guess you could say. I also like that we're fighting in a basketball court. It's pretty funny. Well, that was close. Looked like he was gonna hit me, and then he kind of hesitated. Like, I changed my mind. I think this is a remix of Shadow Lord's Castle playing in the background. Another one of my favorite songs. Yeah, I have a lot of favorite songs in this game. What of it? Ow. I shouldn't have rolled forward. I just took an extra hit from that, which was silly. I didn't need to do that. Go. Hello there. Nothing. Alright, we've been in for about 20 minutes now, so I'm gonna stop after we get through this room. Just for the sake of time, and we'll finish it next time, most likely. I don't think we have too much left. We've already unlocked 2 of the 3 weapons that we can get, so let's finish up this room and call it a day. Look at this guy's armor. I don't think we've seen him before. Pretty interesting looking. Got a cool little shield there. But not cool enough. Although he absorbs damage pretty well. Honestly, he isn't getting knocked back at all. He's a tough cookie. He's a tough nut to crack. But not too tough. Oh, hi there. There's another one. That helmet design, they kind of remind me of, like, Iron Maiden's a little bit, maybe. It's kind of cool. Throw all we have at him. Actually, he was in the air for half of that, so never mind. Couldn't hit him with that either. Yeah, these guys are definitely very formidable. There you go. Another one? Oh, jeez. Definitely the juggernauts of the enemies that we've fought through the entire game. Probably even tougher than some of the giant ones. I mean, seriously. All the punishment these guys are taking. Not to mention their armor is really hard to crack through. That never stopped us before, though. I think I saw his legs waggling there when we hit him. That was pretty funny looking. He popped his helmet off, that's something. Alright, I guess we can go up to 25 minutes. It's no big deal. Just want to get this room done with. I don't want to end abruptly in the middle of a fight. Ow! Ooh. That hurt. There we go. Finished him off. And unless another one spawns, I think we should be okay now. Does it seem to you guys like our speed's gotten faster? Because I think it has. As as we increase our combo amount. I don't know. So we were tearing through that guy. I think we're going a little bit slower there. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just seeing things, but ever since somebody told me that when you get to a 30 combo count with the claymore, it works like a one-handed sword, you know. The puppet priest collects the accursed prayers and polishes the vessel. Oh boy. It's like a little first-person targeting gallery. If we're gonna do this, I think I'm gonna have to change to... Whoops. Sorry. I'm gonna have to change to, Dark Blast. I'll see you guys next time, where we'll be doing this crazy little bit here. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.